Welcome to the Sapphire Sessions podcast. I'm your host, Nico Sapphire, and on this show, I'm here to provide you engaging conversations with diverse guests on all things entertainment, lifestyle, life as a woman, and so much more coming from the life of a creative. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope you enjoy this episode of Sapphire Sessions. All right, welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Sapphire Sessions, and happy 2024. It's been a minute, but we are back. I'm your host, Nico Sapphire, and today I am here with my official live radio co-host, one half of Nico and Anthony Live, and host and creator of the Pops Talks podcast, Anthony Mercado. How you doing today, Anthony?
I am so happy to be here. You have no idea.
I am so happy to have you on in this crazy weather. It's like flooding out there.
Yeah, I was going to say, I literally just got off of work, but you told me to come, and I'm here. I'm here for it. I'm ready for it.
He's here. He trekked all the way here for the pod, for the episode today, and I love it. I'm here for it. Gosh, it's different for us doing a pod.
Oh,
but
exactly.
Exciting, right?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So just to preface for everyone listening, this past semester, Anthony and I took a radio podcast experience class with our buddy Kyle, so shout out Kyle, where most of the students in this class, including ourselves, already had some experience in either live radio or podcasting. So we kind of had free range in regard to what we wanted to make out of the class. And Anthony and I, already having our own podcasts, were encouraged to experiment with some live radio. So Kyle, who taught us everything we know now, just made us fall in love with it, honestly.
Yeah. Honestly.
So that's mainly what we'll be getting into in this episode, sort of our experiences and journeys with podcasting and radio, and where we see all that taking us in the future.
Let's get started.
And some funny moments, of course.
Of course.
We can't forget, so stay tuned for that as well. So Anthony, I want to start off by having you tell everyone listening how Pops Talks came to be and how you came up with the name.
Oh, God. So this is a funny story. I'm just going to start with that. It's such a funny story because when you think Pops, it's like, where does that come from?
Right.
Yeah, literally.
Nothing like your name, like your actual name.
Not at all. Not at all. So for those that don't know, Pops is my nickname, literally since, not birth, since like childhood.
Yes. Okay.
Literally since childhood. I had a friend who literally called me Pops, Papa, Big Papa.
Oh my gosh.
Reminded of Biggie Smalls, the rapper.
Okay, yeah.
And literally him and his whole family, even like his grandparents were on it. Like we're onto that whole thing.
That's so funny.
Yeah. It literally stuck since then. Everybody that like doesn't even know me personally calls me Pops.
That is so funny.
It's crazy.
Do you like ever introduce yourself as that?
No, never. Literally, I say, "Oh, my name's Anthony." Oh, okay. After like a week, it's Pops.
And then okay, then they know, right?
Yeah, literally. Right. Yeah, but when I was actually creating the podcast, it was, I don't know why. It took me so long to think of, something that was unique to me because that was the main thing.
Yeah.
What's something that was unique to me where I can, express my creativity in the ways that I know. Mm-hmm. And it took maybe an hour to think of Pops.
Okay.
Pops Talks. Like it rhymes,
Yeah, right, yeah.
So
it does. It flows very well.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yep.
So, like I said, childhood nickname turned podcast, which is crazy.
I love that.
Crazy.
Yes, that's so funny.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell everybody a little bit about what listeners can expect from the podcast.
Oh God, literally anything. And that's what I encourage on that podcast. We talked about, I have to preface this.
Yes.
I do it with my coworkers.
Okay.
The majority of our episodes are me, my friends Alex and Joe. Shout out both of them.
Yes. The boys.
The boys.
Love them.
The Paradise Boys.
I don't think I've met them, but I know them because they're always on your pod, and we're friends on Instagram. So.
Exactly. There you go.
Because of that, yes.
That's awesome. No, but literally anything. We've talked about our drunk stories. I've talked about my journey as coming into podcasting, coming into radio, and we're going to talk a little bit about that later. Yeah. Relationships, sports, want to get into music, things like that.
Yeah.
To more serious topics like purpose, and then some questions that I actually got on Instagram, like through, the whole notes thing.
Okay.
Yeah. So literally a variety. We've actually done a couple games on there, am I the a-hole?
Right. Oh my gosh. I haven't listened to that one yet.
You need to.
I think I texted you when I saw the title and I was like, Anthony, what is this?
Literally. Yeah. I remember you telling me that. Yeah. I'm like, you need to listen. You need to listen to that one.
Okay. Well, ASAP.
Yeah, we have a Would You Rather episode.
Oh, fun.
Just off the top of my head. Those, literally anything. We try to, express our creativity, and variety is number one for us.
Yeah, I love that. I know you really do have, a diverse kind of a range of episodes.
Yeah.
They're all sort of different. I mean, that's what I do too.
And all at the same time, we try to keep it as casual as possible. Literally, you will hear me say this on my podcast multiple times on multiple occasions. We try to keep it as casual as possible.
Okay, yeah. That's true, because I've listened to a couple of your episodes, and it is very just like a convo with the boys. That's really the boys. Yeah, and it's cool that the same kind of group of you guys, and it's like people keep coming back. They sort of know what they're getting into. It's cool. It's a good. I think I told you that too. Like you guys have a good dynamic. Yeah, the three of it. Yeah.
Thank you.
So that's very fun.
No, it's all good vibes. Yes. Every single episode.
Always. I know. I love that.
Yeah. So
okay. Well, already having some exposure to what podcasting is like, of course, did you expect to be where we are now after getting introduced to the live radio?
Can I be honest?
Yes.
Oh God, not really. not at all.
Yeah,
honest.
Me neither, man. Oh my gosh.
So me growing up, I wanted to do I've always been not that big of a talker, I guess. Mm-hmm. I've never been that big of a talker, but I've always been pretty good at communicating. Yeah. Which kind of led me to wanting to pursue a career, I guess, in sports broadcasting, where I wanted to be the biggest face on ESPN. Okay. Biggest face of sports.
Right. Yeah.
Well, for me, it would be basketball with Charles Barkley, Shaquille O'Neal. Okay. All basketball fans know who those two are.
Yes. I am not one of them.
It's okay.
But I know the names, you hear them.
It's okay. Yeah, but that's where I wanted to start, especially because I've never been that big of a talker, but I kind of know my stuff when it comes to, the sport.
Yeah, when you're talking about what you know, sure.
Exactly, yeah. I've grown up watching sports, especially basketball and a little bit of baseball. Okay. But basketball had been more of my passion. I played it during high school. Yeah. Growing up, literally first or second grade, from what I can remember, I've always had a basketball in my hand.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Look at that.
It's kind of scary, but
that's so fun. I can picture that little Anthony with a little basketball. Yep.
Oh geez. No, you can't.
Totally. Oh my gosh.
No,
okay.
Anyway. But as far as like coming into radio, not a clue. Yeah. Like I said, never been that big of a talker. Radio, as far as like talk breaks and all that, when we do it, it's all talking. Right. But it's, for me, I don't know. It was so hard doing it at first because I've only thought of the talk breaks. Okay. The majority of it is literally music for what we were doing
for the radio
class.
show. Yeah.
For what we were doing in the class, it was literally all music. Right. And then however long the talk breaks were. Yeah. We had really good talk breaks.
Yeah. And here you are now. I mean, with the podcast, I feel like that might be more of an adjustment, because that's just all the whole, right. Coming into that. Yeah. Yeah. I think for me too, both of us, we sort of had different career aspirations, if you will, before coming into that. And I think I might have talked to you a bit about it. For a while, I'm studying, with my comm major, PR and stuff like that, right? And so I think for a while I was looking into that, something in PR. For a while, it's fashion, and I was so super into that for a long time. But I don't know. I think, and then just getting into the podcasting and then obviously radio just took off too, but then I just sort of realized, like, I think this is where I'm supposed to be. Exactly. Yeah. And I think there was a lot of things that were intriguing to me about getting into that industry. Yeah. But I don't know. I don't know. It kind of changed over the years, and getting more into this stuff and the radio and the more entertainment side, I was like, okay, I think I should pursue this. Yeah. Right.
That's awesome.
So but I know it's so interesting, both of us, and we're kind of looking at different things, and now here we are today. So we can also talk about we've taken a lot of the same classes. Yeah. In the radio program and things like that. We kind of took them different order a little bit.
Oh, we have. Right. Yeah. So we've done like the podcasting class with Mr. B. Shout out Mr. B.
Yes. Love him.
Also
Legend.
his, voice acting class. And then obviously this class with Kyle, literally for both of us, it took off.
I know.
We took off as far as like what we wanted to do, or like where we wanted to be as far as like a career, at least for me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because for me, my previous careers, literally math. Like, I don't know why. I've always been good with numbers. Like my first career that I wanted to do was like either a teacher or like an accountant. I've always been good with numbers. No way.
Oh my God. I never would have guessed.
Yeah, exactly.
Learn something new about you.
See?
That is so wild.
Yeah.
Actually.
The typical, teacher. I don't know why I said accountant or why I thought accountant. But,
okay.
That was like the first thing that came to mind because numbers. I wanted to be the typical like scientist, doctor,
Dang.
Like firefighter and all that. Yeah.
That is so crazy.
As far as like previous careers, I've been all over the place.
That's so funny.
I have no idea how I ended up here in like the comm field, at least at, you know, Kalu.
Yeah.
And podcasting.
Right.
You know, now live radio.
I know.
Which is crazy.
But you came in as comm, right?
Yeah. So I came in as a comm major with like I said, an emphasis in, you know, sports broadcasting.
Right.
So
okay.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Because I always thought, you know, basketball, I wanted to, you know, announce. So I guess it was kind of, you know, like in me, I guess. I don't know how to describe it, but
took a different turn, I guess, than you,
I guess so,
you know, expected. Yeah. And, you know, that's something that, I mean, we love to talk about as well, you know, sort of the differences in podcasting and radio.
Oh, God.
Right? Because it is different, you know, for us. And, I mean, even we could talk about voice acting a little bit, you know, and voice work, because now that's currently the class that I'm taking, right? But so tell me where you feel personally your greatest strengths are. Do you think it's more in podcasting or radio?
Oh, wow. For me, can I say both?
Yeah, absolutely.
Is that an answer?
Absolutely.
Okay, so I feel like there are different elements of radio and podcasting that are, you know, strengths to me because for podcasting, obviously when I lead my own podcast, I'm a better talker.
Okay.
I'm telling you right now, like I'm nervous doing this, but it's okay. We're getting through it. We're getting through it. Like my strengths in podcasting, I don't know. Whenever, like I said, whenever I'm leading it, it's much more of like, you know, me asking the questions and no criticism to you. Like you're asking the best questions, like
I know,
ever. Like this is probably my first time up. Literally,
you know, I know.
I know. You know,
this is
you
what
know.
I do.
Yes, literally, yeah. Like this is my first time officially, like
kind of being a guest, or
no, like being interviewed.
Okay,
like, okay. But it is what it is. It's okay. Like I said, when I'm leading my own podcast, you know, I like to keep it casual.
Yeah.
Like I try to, you know, encourage my guests to, you know, speak as much as they want. And sometimes I like to take a backseat role. Like they kind of just, you know, go at it.
Okay. Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah, it is fun.
Yeah.
Especially when, you know, you have a topic that you want to talk about and like you kind of lead it, you kind of get them going and then you jump in at times. It's like, at least from my podcast.
Okay, I like that. Yeah, you put it out there and then
you put it out there and, you
see
know,
what they do with it.
Literally, yeah.
That's so fun though. Yeah, you know, because I think with mine too, you know, it is slightly more interview style maybe, but
I get it.
Also very, very conversation based.
Oh, for sure.
You know, but it's fun because I think I like, you know, it's fun about bringing in so many different types of guests. Then listeners, like, they kind of get to know the people that I'm surrounded by more, right? And so that's why, you know, it's more like to direct it towards the guest a lot and see what they're into, what their perspectives are and everything, right? I think with the podcasting, because and I've told you this, you know, I love that I can sort of be my own brand in Sapphire Sessions, right?
You have
and I think that's very good. Yeah, but and then I think, you know, exposure to the live radio. I mean, it's been such a different thing and so cool to kind of have that built-in community already with ICLU and community of our school and repping ICLU, right? Yeah, but I think with the pods, sometimes you maybe have a little more creative freedom in regards to, you know, maybe the topics or the guests, right? Things like that. I mean, it just kind of depends. I think with radio, right, it was a little easier. I mean, I know we focus mainly on the music, so it's very music centric, right? And making the playlist and the themes and stuff. You know, but I love just how different the two are. I think it's fun, and I mean, we always have the fun banter as well. Of course, all the time.
We've got some stories.
Oh yes, we do. I mean, I think it is time we have to share.
Oh God. Wow. I'm kind of scared to share at least our most recent one.
Oh, good. I know we have some funny times in there.
You know, literally,
my friend.
I mean, this last one. Oh God, it was so spontaneous, and it's a semester, you know. So
yes, you know, because we've done, you know, we have two like recorded ones that we actually, you know,
like you know, planned, outlined day before, like let's do this.
Yes, and then you know, I think it was just like we were both at school, you know, and I think we had free time and the studio was open, right? So you know, there's been a couple times that we were just like, you want to just go live, you know, and then we had like downtime, right? I remember the last one, you know, because we had several hours before our little end of the semester department party, and what were we gonna do? Kill a few hours?
Just kill a few hours. You know what? Let's just go in the studio. Nobody's in there. Let's do a show.
Right, and so
make
a
playlist. Do a show.
Literally on the spot. I think that was the first, you know, and we just made a little playlist and then went with it. Goodness, but I think when we actually plan it out, I feel like don't mess up as much. I feel like, right? Because sometimes, you know, and so many buttons and all the things. But no, there's a lot to remember. How to do, right? Because we do everything. We run the board. We do all that.
Run the board. We do sweepers. Like we have our intro and outro kind of set. and like what we want to talk about as far as like talk breaks and all that.
Yeah, right. Because we do the outline, and so for the last two, we just went in.
We just went in, guns blazing. Might as well.
Yes, pretty much. And yeah.
So that last one, I think it was our second or third talk break. Even the outro, I forgot what it was.
Okay.
But when I dropped my headset,
right. That was, oh my God, I know.
Literally, I think it might have been the outro.
Oh no, I think it was the beginning.
Was that the beginning?
I think it was the beginning. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, either way.
I don't know, one of those.
So we were talking, and literally my headset just dropped from my head. I don't know how it happened. I had a hat on and everything.
Yeah.
Like it hit like the bill of my hat, and then it fell in my lap. I'm like,
right.
How do I keep this going?
I know.
We were live.
Yeah. And it was so funny. I think I don't know what it was. I could not keep it together for like a solid minute because I saw it all happen.
I looked at you. You started laughing. I'm like, dude, this is kind of embarrassing, but I have to keep it going. And then we had to reel you back on track. It was fun though.
Anthony saved the day that time. You really. I think it was just because I saw your face and it was so funny because
what does that mean?
I just saw the whole thing happen. The headphones dropping, and I was like, oh my gosh.
It was just a combination of me being in shock, embarrassed, but ready to keep going.
Right.
It was so fun though.
That was a good moment. And then in the couple, the spontaneous shows we've had, like I said, I think I'm just because we don't plan it as much,
right.
So I'm like. I think there was one time, we've had some dead air and here, I think we cut a song off or something because we're just going, do you remember? And I think, one time I pressed the wrong button, I think.
Yeah.
And then I was just like panic pressing the rest of it to try and like do whatever we were trying to accomplish there, right?
Yeah.
So something like that.
Oh, but regardless, you do a really great job of like leading as far as like the board. I'm just like, what are you doing? Not what are you doing in that sense, but like, how are you doing it?
Right.
It's like, damn. I'd like one of these times I need to, maybe our next radio show. I'm taking lead.
You want,
I'll do
did you just make that decision?
I just made that decision.
Oh
right
my
now.
gosh. Okay. Well, okay. But here's the thing. The next one though, if we have like the guest, we have to see.
Oh, never mind. No, never mind. No, you can have it back. You can take the reins back. I'm sorry.
Okay. But the one after that.
Yeah,
Anthony is not having it.
No, it's okay.
But no, that's okay.
No,
but we've got a few more. Thank you. Yeah. We've got a few more in the.
Of course.
We'll get you to do that at some point.
At some point, hopefully.
Yes.
Because I need the practice.
Yes, you do. You really do.
Like obviously, you're better than at this than me. Jesus, look at me stuttering.
Okay, all right.
Don't do that.
That's so funny.
You know it.
Giving me the eyes right now.
Don't do that.
Oh goodness. No, but we have such a good time.
Oh, we do.
In the studio.
Clearly.
Yes, we do. Let's see. So ideally, where would you want to be? Like in the next few years? Either with Pops Talks or like a potential radio career?
Okay, so as far as like Pops Talks goes, I want to continue it.
Okay.
I don't know whether it be, different seasons, like multiple seasons, or just keep doing what I'm doing as far as like different topics. Eventually I'm going to run out of topics and I'm kind of scared that that's going to happen. So that's kind of where like the multiple seasons thing comes in. I'm going to like I said, I'm going to run out of ideas. So I feel like with a season with a theme would be probably the best.
Yeah.
I don't know though. Cause I've done topic after topic after topic.
Right.
And I feel like in those episodes I've done like subtopics. So that kind of thing like narrows down what I want to talk about in the next one,
Mm-hmm.
So for right now, I'm thinking of a music episode. I don't even know where to go with that.
That's what I'm going to be on, right?
Of course.
Okay.
Of course.
Just making sure.
See, you do. Come on. But regardless, like I don't know how long I'm going to get Pops Talks to, how long I'm going to do it for.
Okay.
But the ones that I do, like the episodes that I do, they're going to be good.
Yeah,
I promise you they're going to be good.
I believe it. Yeah.
See?
I know. But it's an interesting kind of thing to think about because, sometimes you're uncertain, like how many more things can I talk about?
Literally.
But I think, and I love the seasons thing. I thought about that too.
Yeah.
I think eventually, when we have more time to kind of dedicate to that and you can just do a bunch of episodes and then it would be smart, to kind of separate it. You'd like maybe, I don't know, have like a bit of a break, a bit of a pause and then you come out with the next season, right? But I think, because that's why it's fun. Like for me, sometimes, what I think about, like I'm running out of, I don't know, people or friends sometimes, so I gotta,
Don't say that. I'm always here.
that's true. I know because I haven't, I mean, not yet. I haven't needed to, done like a repeat, guest, but obviously I'd love to have,
that's all mine are,
same guests. Right.
but honestly, new topics and all
in
that,
some ways that makes it, can make it easier because then you're, but I think, sort of where I'm going with that, like I'm always having a new guest as of now.
Of course.
So we'll see where that goes, but who knows, maybe I'll get some more big time guests in the future. That's really the goal. So
okay, but like as far as like radio,
yes,
I'm kind of scared, I'll be honest.
Okay,
like,
why is that?
Because like I said, I feel like I could run my own radio show. Mm-hmm. It's so much easier and it's so much more fun doing it with someone.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Right. I know. Absolutely.
We have our fun stories. We have our serious, outlines and all that crap.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's so much more fun doing it with a person.
Yeah, absolutely.
And at that, one of the most creative people that I've ever done it with, that I know, literally.
I love that.
Makes
I
it
love
so
that.
much
my
easier.
Yeah. No, I mean, we said we have a blast. But I think, because it's just less talking overall. I mean, it is, we have that's a big part of it, for sure. And I wouldn't want it without that, right? And because sometimes our talk breaks, they vary. Sometimes they're a little bit longer depending on what we're talking about, right? But because I think you can, we'll never run out of music necessarily, you know what I mean?
I get you.
And so that can always be something different, it's nice to kind of have different themes and sort of have that varied, exactly like how we do it. But I think we'll see what happens. We're definitely, continuing on in our co-hosting
for sure,
gig as of, so we'll see, and I think for me, I don't know. I would say sometimes, like I think about maybe my talk show, and
there you go.
Someday, or definitely like in maybe more near future, like radio personality.
There you go.
Like definitely
that's what I'm trying to hear.
Yeah, for sure.
There you go.
Catch me on the radio.
Catch me behind the scenes.
There you go. You're gonna be operating my board.
Oh yeah, of course. If it's not co-hosting, I'm gonna be helping you in any way I can.
Oh, there you go. See? I mean, I feel like I see a co-hosting gig in our future, Anthony. Right. Look at that. I really do. I really do. I don't think we end at ICLU.
Definitely not.
I don't. Yeah. So.
Oh, it'll be fun though.
Absolutely.
Like the ones that we do still have at CLU. They're going to be fun.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to be amazing.
I mean, we got a lot of stuff to come.
Oh,
It's
going
to be good.
Stay tuned.
Yes. So I wanted to transition a little bit of an advice section here. Ooh. Yes, something for the listeners to take away.
Okay.
So I want to ask, what would you suggest to any listeners who are interested in getting into podcasting or radio, who may not have a class offered at school where they can learn like we did? How would you recommend they start?
As corny as it sounds, just go for it.
Yeah.
Literally, even without wanting to do it as a career or even like at CLU, I wanted to do something like this. I wanted to have a platform where I can talk about, my interests.
Yeah.
Talk about literally what I want to talk about.
Yeah.
And not just by myself, but with people.
Yeah.
That's kind of the preface of my podcast. Like I said, keep it as casual as possible with as many people as I can on different topics to, increase that variety, the amount of guests that I have.
Yes.
The amount of topics that I want to do. But at the same time, I feel like that creative, I guess, limitation, it's gonna hit like a truck.
Okay. You think so?
I think it is for me right now anyway, because like I said, I'm running out of topics, but as bad as that sounds, I'm running out of topics.
Oh no.
But it is what it is. Something will come to me and I'm always gonna make a good episode of it,
Yeah.
So I would say just go for it.
Yeah.
It doesn't even matter what you want to talk about. It matters how you do it, I guess.
I love that.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, because I think, with me too, and I've had, as I said, obviously my career aspirations and all that has evolved so much over the years. But I think there was always something that was kind of pulling me towards some sort of something with having to do with talking and speaking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I got into public speaking a little bit, and then always something media related, just in general, right? But I guess, I don't know. And then it just sort of, it took time, I guess, for me to be I don't know, really, and then I started doing it and then realizing, okay, and other people, are you're pretty good at this, and then I was like, okay, you're right, and then yes, I've kind of had little things that sort of have led up to it, right? And so little experiences where I've done similar stuff, or maybe an assignment here or there,
right?
Or presentations. I was always really good at that,
There you go.
And then
I could never, but
I mean, it's different, it's totally different. But and then just finding out they had this podcasting class at school. What? Right? You know what I mean? And so that was just obviously school and the classes in general. That's really what pushed me. And I think to add to that, it's okay if it takes you time to get comfortable with this kind of thing, but I think if you're someone that's at all interested or excited in doing something like this, and you have even, just a bit of it, like an urge or
like a want, you're ready, you want to do it.
So any little amount of that, it's definitely something worth, just going for. And,
for sure.
And, just have fun with it too. Yeah. I mean, that's what we do, right? I think...
it's always good vibes.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think personally, for me, this is something, my calling, something, right? Something like this, right? And hopefully larger scale someday,
Yeah.
But that's really what I would give to the listeners. Yeah. As advice on how to kind of get into that if you're thinking about it. So
just have fun with it, go for it. Mm-hmm. You got it. Literally, you got it.
That's right. That's wise words, my friend.
Yeah, you got it.
I love it. All right. Well, I think it's a perfect way to wrap this up.
Yeah.
So I want to thank you guys for listening to this episode of Sapphire Sessions. And I want to thank my bud Anthony for being on today. Of course, my radio co-host who I always have a blast with on and off the mic. Hey, Anthony, tell the people where they can find you.
Okay. So you can find Pops Talks podcast on Spotify, right now at least. Spotify, Apple, and Amazon Music.
Love it.
And you can also find me on Instagram at Pops Talks Pod, just like that. Or you can go to my personal at Mercado1221_. You can give me a follow. You can listen to the pods. Let me know what you think.
Awesome. Great. And you can find the two of us together again on Nico and Anthony Live about once a month on ICLU Radio. Y'all can listen live on ICLUradio.org. Find out when we're doing a show on either one of our Instagrams, or if you can't tune in when we're on the air, I will make sure to drop our newly created Mixcloud page in the description, which has our pre-recorded shows posted there and our fabulous Nico and Anthony Live cover art designed by yours truly.
Of course.
Yes.
The best.
Definitely tune in for some awesome new music and, of course, the good vibes. We actually, I just thought of this earlier, do a little teaser, a little promo, because we do have a show coming up.
We do.
We're going to do our first one of the semester of the new year.
I'm so ready.
Actually, because
excited.
our last one, was December or something, late December.
And again, it was spontaneous, but we are ready for this next one coming up.
Yes, we're going to plan soon. It's going to be great. Yeah. So tune in if you guys are listening before the date. It's going to be on the 23rd.
Yep.
February 23rd. That's a Friday, sometime in the evening. Yeah. So check in, on our Instagrams. It's kind of where we'll promo that with hopefully a special musical guest on the next one. So I'm not gonna name drop yet.
Of course,
wait till the people they can listen to it.
You guys just gotta stay tuned.
Yes, I gotta give a little teaser, right?
Of course,
something to look forward to. But I mean, if you guys loved us here, y'all are certainly in for a treat on ICLU. So any last comments, Anthony, for the listeners?
Again, thank you so much for having me. You can find me on Pops Talks Pod on Instagram, Spotify, Amazon, Apple Music.
Perfect.
And again, I can't thank you enough. I'm just going to go out and say I can't thank you enough for the opportunity that you've given me on here as a co-host. I'm lost for words.
You're the best.
Literally, I'm so lost for words. But thank you. That's all I can say.
Of
thank
course.
You so much.
Of course. I mean, I couldn't do the radio stuff without you, man.
Likewise.
We really,
We kill it,
would not be, really do, and it wouldn't be as much fun.
Oh, definitely
at all.
not.
Not even half as fun, dude.
Right?
So anyways, stay tuned. We'll be back.
We will
again, together again. All right. Well, you guys heard it here. We will see y'all next time. Oh, so good.
We're so good. No. This is
Do we need it?
Great.
Do we need it?
We
okay.
don't.
Thanks so much for listening to this episode of Sapphire Sessions. Production brought to you by me, Nico Sapphire. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you guys have any ideas of topics you'd like me to talk about or guests you'd like me to bring on, feel free to reach out on Instagram at Sapphire Sessions Podcast or my personal page at nico.sapphire. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time, only on Sapphire Sessions.